Hello and welcome back to the podcast. I am one of your co-hosts today. My name is Lambert Still, and I'm here with my other co-host,
Wow. My name is Mrs. A. Cadabra.
Mrs. A. Cadabra.
Bra
Bra Cadabra.
Cadabra.
Okay, okay, okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay. And as you can see, we're missing our co-host, missing in action. Uh,
MIA.
MIA. There you go. I think that's a good one.
Mrs. in action.
Yeah, MIA. MIA. Anyway. This is RuPaul's Drag Race, the recap show, season 17, episode 9. I think this was a really good week again. For me, at least it was. And the person that I wanted to go home finally went home. So that made it a great episode.
Wow. Not you praying for her downfall, as we all were. But anyway, this was a decent episode. I did like this episode. I liked it much more than I did like the last one. So, mainly because it was a design challenge, and we had some good looks this week. So I'm not upset. I'm not upset.
And we had one tragic look, I would say.
More than one, but
one tragic look.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into it then.
Okay. First up is. Oh, hold on. There we go.
Well, Jules. Now I have to say, when they were in the workroom and she was coming up with her concept and actually starting to execute it, I don't think that anyone thought that it would actually look this good. I don't think anyone in the workroom thought it would look this good. So to see it actually, her walk it, and then to see it in its full form, it actually looks really good. And it fulfilled the brief.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. Well, I mean, yes and no. So when she in the workroom, when she discovered, or not discovered, when she had the idea to use like all three of the fur, I was like, this could either be really good or really bad. But I was like, it's Betsey Johnson, so doing more is probably going to help her.
Yeah.
And the way that she did it was very good. And then when Lexi pointed out the fact that the front of the dress and the back of the dress weren't properly aligned or whatever, I was like, that could probably also help her because again, it's Betsey Johnson. So like, that's probably a what?
I didn't pay attention when she walked the runway. I didn't notice if she had, and they didn't make mention of. Did she go back and restitch it to make it all look like it was the same color, or did she just leave it the way it was? Because I think that either way it would look good.
Yeah,
it wasn't like it was done like part in the front and then part in the back, but it was like the front was one direction and the back was another direction. So
right, and I don't think it would, unless you're really looking that closely at it, I don't think anyone would have noticed anyway, especially on the runway when you got lights going all over the place, the judges are several feet away.
Yeah,
something that minute, I don't think that detail would have even anyone would have noticed that anyway. But again, it would have been it could have worked in her favor. Did she fix it or not? I don't know. They didn't mention it. It didn't. I don't even think we saw a lot of the back of the dress.
no, we did.
But then, that could have been on purpose in order to, I don't know, solidify her win as far as the editing. But I don't know. But she did win, obviously, this week.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't necessarily. I like the look. I think she did well. I don't necessarily agree that she should have won, though.
All right, I want to get into that, but I'll wait until the other person who I believe should have won. Okay. And here's the thing, this is not a knock on Jules, because I think it was good, but I don't think it was to the level of the other one. And especially with the compliments that the judges gave, I don't know if she should have won this one, but that's neither here nor there now. So anyway, let's go on to the next one.
Yeah, she did well, so. I'm convinced that she just throws stuff on her body and walks the runway.
yeah. You know that meme that goes around with the little black girl? She's like, yeah. That's how I'm feeling
I,
about that.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Oh, okay.
Um, I don't, because the thing about this is like you could say like maybe it's because she's not a seamstress, or this is maybe it was a quick design challenge. But the thing about it is a lot of her looks look similar. A lot of the things that she's presented on one runway look disheveled and haphazard, and so I'm just like, this is just what she does, and she likes it apparently. So yeah, it was too much and not enough all at the same time. I did
Yeah,
not like
like
this at all
I,
from head to toe. I didn't like anything about it.
so here's the thing about it. It wasn't even supposed to look for me. It was the makeup. It's like she keeps doing the same like pointy face and same makeup. It's just like I don't think the two meshed well together, and I feel like she didn't take on the fur in
Yeah.
a really good way like Jules did.
Yeah. As it was said, I think in the episode as well as in the pit stop, it looked like roadkill. It looks like
It did. It
it
lacks
looked
color.
bad.
It
It
it lacks
lacked
color.
it was just really bad. So I was no. So
That
unsurprisingly, she
needed
was in the bottom.
yeah, that needed an edit though.
And no, it needed an overhaul. It needed an
It,
overhaul. There was no way to edit this. I feel there was just it should not have been done.
yeah. Okay.
So next up, I didn't like this either. Now,
I I
what
didn't like it.
I really don't like this, but what I will say is that not a lot of, I guess this particular collection that they were doing, which was the punk rock flapper or whatever.
Yeah.
Even the inspiration looks, I was like, but that's kind of Betsey Johnson. It's like throwing a whole bunch of like stuff together and like have it be wild and crazy. Wild and crazy. I don't even, did we mention what this challenge was? So the challenge was to create looks inspired by different collections from Betsey Johnson
Right.
or Betsey Johnson's past or whatever.
Hence the
Um,
title, hence to Betsey. Oh, excuse
yeah,
me, it's Heavens to Betsey.
yeah. So her and Jules and somebody else had like punk flapper something or whatever. So it was like a mixture of the 20s flapper and like the punk kind of rock era. And so this was Suzie's interpretation of that. Surprising no one, she chose this particular collection because she's a flapper girl. Um, but I did not care for this look at all. I hated the leg warmers or whatever over the shoes. I didn't like anything about this. But I don't think I would have liked anything that anyone put out from this particular collection because I just didn't like the inspiration from
So
the jump.
here's the thing. When they were in the workroom and she showed this off, I was like, okay. But I'm like, all right, it's not finished yet, so I'm sure it'll look much better when it goes on runway. And it really didn't. I mean,
It did not.
nothing about it looked good. And I don't know, it's something about those colors. I feel like those colors just didn't mesh well together. I don't know. I didn't like it.
Yeah, it was all over the place. So yeah, actually it was Jules, Lydia, and Suzie who
Okay.
they were the three in that particular group. And so obviously Jules did the best
The
in that
best.
particular group. Yeah. All right. Next up,
Oh, I felt so bad for this one. Like this was just a mess from head to toe. I still love her. She went out there and she had the personality to try to pull it off, but it just wasn't good.
I didn't hate this like everybody else did, and I think it's
I
because
didn't hate it, but it wasn't good.
I thought it was good.
I agree with a lot of the comments that the judges made as far as like the bow placements. I think that she did like a big, medium, small, or the opposite
Yeah.
direction. Um, and then like you could see the inside of
Yeah.
it. Like just the finish of it was just really really bad.
I don't know. I don't think she should have been like in the top, but I feel like that's safe. I feel like that's a safe look
Mm-mm.
because
I was
I
afraid
get
for her.
I get the placement of the bows and how they could have been reworked or whatever. I get that, but I didn't hate it. I was like, oh, this is kind of cute. But
Uh,
I'm biased because I like Onya
I
very much.
I love her to death, but when I saw it, I was just like, oh, I was kind of cringing on the inside. And I honestly like if you really look at it, through not rose colored glasses and just look at it without bias, the judges were correct in how they looked at this thing, and it was just like and to be honest with you, I thought she was going to be one of the bottom two just because of this look. she
I
tried to
didn't.
she tried to work it on the runway because that's just her personality, but
Hmm.
that wasn't enough to make her safe.
No, considering Kori and Lydia's looks, I knew she was not going to be on the bottom. Again, to
Mm,
me, this was a safe look. Um, had she been in the bottom, I would have been a little bit surprised, but I, I would have known that she was not going to go home.
okay.
So yeah, but honestly, turned the when she turned the corner to the runway, I was like, okay, Onya, I kind of like this. So I was like, I was a
When
little
she
surprised.
came in
I mean,
sideways, yes, but when she came straight on, I was like, no.
yeah, I mean, did it have imperfections? Of course. But I didn't hate it like everybody else did. So it is what
Okay.
it is.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
I actually kind of like this one.
Okay, see, we are clearly on two separate pages then.
Are you serious? I love you know what it was too. I love the whole backstory of it. She didn't go to prom because of COVID, and a lot of people can, um, they can have feelings towards that and feel for her. But I thought this was like a good, and she said I wanted to kind of look like an '80s going to the prom, and like you definitely see that.
You do. I just didn't care for it. I think honestly, because Lana is so slender
Hmm.
and kind of muscular, like she's very lean.
She fits.
I think she needs to wear padding. I think she needs to wear body because a lot of times her looks just look very flat on her, and she needs volume and she needs dimension. That I think if she had some hips and some padding, I think I would have liked this more. But it just looked like a dress on a mannequin, and so I was just like, okay. Um, so I don't know. It was all right. So she was safe, if I'm not
Yeah, she was
mistaken.
safe.
Um, so yeah. So I think in this group it's Lana, Anya, and Sam.
Yeah,
And they did the prom looks. I can't exactly remember
yeah.
the name of the collection or whatever, but
I
it
think it
was
was
like
Betsy Prom.
something like that, prom
Yeah,
based.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, yeah. We ready for the next one?
yeah.
All right.
Love this look. This was even giving me Madonna.
It was very Madonna. It's cute. I don't hate it. I understand why it was safe.
Yeah, I really like this look. I think she executed it well, and the makeup matched it well. Like it was just a good week for her in this look.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I didn't hate it. It was safe, and I don't disagree.
Okay,
All right, next up.
we're aligning again
Uh, for now,
for
for now.
for now.
All right, Miss Girl turned it out. This looks
This is a good look.
incredible.
This was the wedding look, right?
Yes.
Or the
So,
nuptials.
yeah.
Everything about this, like the see-through, the color, the texture, the finish. Like this was a good
Mhm.
look.
This is what I was talking about last week. If you're gonna do an all black look, including black hair, give me something else. Give me texture that I can see. Give
Hmm.
me a pop of color and a small. That little bow tie was so cute. Um, So yeah, that was very cute. But to no one's surprise, Arietti designs, Arietti sews, and
Yeah.
I do recall her saying that that material that she uses did not stretch. A lot of the drag queens, they rely on stretch fabric, which is smart. But I don't believe her material stretched. So she really had to
She knows
know
her
her
body.
measurements and know her
Yep.
body and know the padding and all of that. So kudos, very good. I
Yeah.
was,
Really good.
I kind of thought that she might have been like in the top, maybe a winner. Um, I, based on the construction, I was
Yeah.
like, okay. But she did very well. She did very well.
I could like for me it's like I could have saw her in like top 3.
Yeah, was she not?
I don't remember.
If she wasn't, I feel like she should have. She should have
Yeah.
been. Yeah. All right. Who do I want to play
Who you
next?
gonna give us? Save the best for last. Well, what we think the best is.
Oh, okay.
I
All
think
right.
we're in
So
agreement.
next up,
Oh, good Lord, girl. I'm so glad. Just so we know, this thing went home. The titty bib, horrible that you can actually see it. Like if you're gonna do this, construct your garment that covers that up so we don't see it. So you've killed the illusion. And then here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you why she deserved to go home. When Betsey and RuPaul were in the workroom, they told her, you need to do a long gown because you keep showing us the same silhouette and these judges are going to read you. And she said, you know what? I think you're right. I need to do this. And then she decided to, no, you know what? I like a short dress. I'm going to give them short. So you know what, bitch? Time to go home.
wait, what was she doing originally?
It was a longer dress. She was going to, she wanted to do something short. And then RuPaul and Betsy said she should do something a little bit longer, especially RuPaul, because he was like, you keep doing these short dresses. It's the same silhouette. The judges are going to call you out on if you do it again. So she was like, maybe I should listen and I'm going to do a longer dress. Then the last minute, she's like, nope, I'm going to do this short dress. And then it didn't even look good. It was horrible at the bottom, horrible
Terrible,
at the top. It
wretched,
didn't fit right. Same makeup. And I
awful.
was like, girl, when she walked out, I said, you're going home this week.
I knew she was going home before we even got to the runway. I knew she was going home before we even got to the runway. I said maybe twice watching the episode, I was like, Kori going home this week. Kori's going home this week. She gotta be. She gotta be. She gotta be. Because who else? Who else is gonna go home over her? It is her week. Yeah, no, that was awful. That was terrible. From head to toe, terrible.
Yep.
It, the fact that we can see where the titty bib stops and your body starts.
Yes.
It,
And I'm surprised
oh,
no one called her out on that.
I think probably because everything else was just so bad, you didn't have to. Because, like, what, girl? And then I don't know if it was untucked or at the end of this episode or whatever. And this is the thing about Kori that I'm trying to figure out. I don't know if she truly is deluded
Yes, yes.
or if she's smart enough to know that we know that it's so terrible that she's going to do the opposite. So at one point, I don't know if it was like somebody was saying she was possibly in the bottom, or if right when she got, I think it was right after she got eliminated. When we see them walk back, when we see her walk back into the workroom or whatever, something like it was like she couldn't. She was like this. It was like she couldn't believe that she went home over this look, and I'm just like, either you really don't understand it, or you really do understand, and you're just playing into it because you know that we hate it. I don't know,
So here's
but
the thing. I believe that she is delusional, and I'm more convinced of it now after MIA sent us that video in our group chat of her doing like the Michael Jackson impersonation and some of the other like looks that she had. Like, girl, what's wrong with you? Like, she looks crazy. She looks crazy.
I don't. So it's not every season, but I feel like maybe every other season or a couple of seasons, there is one particular queen on the show that I just don't like, and it's not. I don't like their drag, and I don't like them as a person. this season is Kori. I tried to watch the What You Packing, the show that Michelle Visage does with the Eliminated Queens. I got through, I don't even know if I made it through half, because I don't even like to hear this girl talk. I don't even like to hear Kori speak. And I clicked on What You Packing because I was like, I'm curious to know what this girl is about to say. I couldn't get through the whole thing because just her voice to me is grating. The way she speaks is grating to my ears. And so I'm just like, no, I can't get through this whole thing. This look was so bad. This look was so bad from head to toe, girl.
But the moment she turned the corner, I was just like, this is horrible. And I think, you know what? They did that intentionally. They did not show her dress in the workroom.
Of course.
Because they knew that she changed it and she basically did what RuPaul told her not to do. And let me tell you something, that is always a kiss of death. When RuPaul tells you to change your look because it's not good or the judges are going to say something about it and you don't do it, they always go home.
Unless you truly turn it out, unless you truly do something
it's
that
so rare, though.
Is very rare. And there was no way that Kori is going to pull that off. So
not at all.
Yeah. Miss Girl is gone. Now, what I will say is that I cannot believe I did not think of this as a possibility until this episode of her and Lydia being in the bottom. I was like, how did I not even think about that? Of course they would have put these two in the bottom. Well, of course they would have put themselves in the bottom. But I was like, of course they would have. It's great TV. I did not think about
TV.
that.
It's like, all right, two lovers, which one goes home?
Exactly. And then I was like,
they set it up when they had the reading challenge because she didn't pick Kori, and it was like everyone's kind of like, well, why didn't she pick her?
Well, it was after the reading challenge. It was when they were choosing which things they were going to go into. Yeah, that was really interesting to everybody. Weird. That was interesting to everybody because obviously you would think that one of the couple is going to choose other. Yeah, and
Kori got picked last.
Honestly, she could have gotten picked first. It wouldn't have helped. But what really got me was it didn't even dawn on Lydia until Lexi mentioned it. Lydia was like, "Oh shit." It's like, this girl ain't thought nothing about Kori. God damn.
What she was thinking, like, when she did, I was just like, wait, is something going on with them?
Child.
Yeah, that was weird. But anyway, the Wicked Witch is dead.
She gone, child. And then, she also had the nerve to mention All Stars. Girl, don't you bring your ass back. Don't you bring your ass back.
Getting ready to go out or the mirror. Like, girl, no, you will not be on All Stars. Thank God I don't have to see them god awful shoes anymore.
You know what? She actually will be back on All Stars because she's good TV.
But she's not good drag.
But she's good TV, and that's really the only thing that matters. That's how you think she survived this long? No, she's gonna be back for All Stars. She's gonna be back for the very next All Stars.
You know what? I pray to God that does not come true.
Oh my God. Anyway,
screen.
Good riddance. All right, last queen.
Yeah. Come on, gorgeous.
I loved this. I loved this a lot. There's nothing I did not. Well,
there was nothing that I did not like about it. I loved everything. Even
if I had
hair. Huh?
Okay, that's what I was going to say. I don't know how I feel about the colored hair. To me, the hair threw it off for me.
The hair was giving Betsey. That's what that hair was.
And that's why I can't give it too much. That's why I can't critique it too much. Because I'm like, yeah, okay, reference. I can understand that. Yeah, so.
It was gorgeous.
I liked it.
It was sexy. It was sultry. It was a little slutty. And it was it looked well put together. And I thought that her putting that veil, making the veil almost like the dress, like a second dress, was brilliant.
It was so pretty. I really, really liked it. I think she should have won. I really do. I really think she should have won. Because it was very well thought out. So the bridal looks were prenup.
Yeah.
So obviously kind of I don't even know how you would describe it, but she did a look where, she did this look, but in the bouquet there were pins
Yes,
where you could sign a
yes,
prenup. So she
yes,
really thought about
yes,
it.
all the way through.
So that's why I was like, did they give Jules a sympathy win? Because I feel like this look was the winner, and if they were, I feel like both of them could have won.
All right, so I want to expand on that. First off, that was a couture look from head to toe. All right, that was a couture look. And the reason why I was kind of like baffled as far as Jules winning, even though, I'm not mad that she won, but all the comments were just that much better for Lexi. And like they were fawning over the look. So it's like, why did RuPaul give it to Jules?
I think
I didn't,
And that's why I'm saying, or that's why I'm asking or questioning, could it have been a sympathy win? Because
that's not fair.
Jules, no, it's not. But Jules didn't have a win yet. Lexi already had a win. So I'm like, because honestly, I do not believe that the show itself is above giving sympathy wins, because I remember like all winners, all stars, when I think it was Shea Coulee, who
Particular.
who did not have as many badges as a lot of the other girls. Before the episode before the episode that she got, I think, caught up to the other girls, I already knew. I was like, they're gonna give Shea this win so that she can come up a little bit and get a little bit closer to as many badges as some of the front runners do. And I think that has happened on maybe one other season or something. I'm like, yeah, they'll give a bitch a sympathy win or whatever. So no shade to Jules. I liked
Yeah.
her look.
Yeah.
I just didn't think it was the best of this week.
I agree. And the other thing too was when they announced that Jules was the winner, they put the camera on Lexi, and you could see the disappointment on her face. Like literally,
Yeah.
all the blood rushed out of her face and left her body. And I felt bad for her in a moment because, like, you gave these like outstanding, remarkable, high praise of comments to her, and then you said that she's not the winner, and like, this doesn't make any sense. I felt bad for her.
I'm a little perplexed by the judging this season, because we could have had a double elimination by now, and this could have been a double win.
Yes, I agree. And to be honest with you, after she announced Jules, I was kind of hoping that she would go and say another winner. But when she said the $5,000, I was just like, okay, yeah, because normally when they do the double win, they split the purse. But I mean, I'm not mad that Jules won, but I'm really disappointed that Lexi didn't, because I do believe that she should have won for that look, or just give it to both of them, because you've done it before. Give it to both of them.
Exactly. I do believe that they could have. I believe they both could have won. They could have did a double win there.
This
double
season,
win
we're
here.
judging, as you said, it's a little funny. I mean, and ultimately, it's RuPaul's decision, so it's just like, girl, what you thinking?
Yeah, and even considering like the anxiety, I guess, that I was going to call her Onya, that Lexi had in the workroom, and going from, kind of not breaking down, that may be too strong of a word, but just having a moment of insecurity to pulling this out. Like, it would have been great to see her win, not just based on that alone, but knowing that and seeing what she constructed. This is not something that she brought from the house. She constructed this. Like,
it just looks so good.
It was very, very good.
So good. Oh my God.
Well,
anyway,
maybe next week.
Yeah, I mean, we're dwindling down. Gonna be episode 10 next week. The girls are how many girls are left now?
8.
8? Okay. So we're getting there, because do you think it's gonna be a top 3, top 4?
I feel like it's always impossible to tell, because I feel like they flip flop so many times.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe a top 3, and as I've said before, I feel like it's going to be Lexi, Onya. Well, you know what? Let me back this up. I kind of feel like Susie's slipping back.
Yeah, she is. Hard.
I feel like Susie's slipping back. So, because she was going strong there for a minute.
In the beginning.
And the last, 3
2.
weeks.
I'd say really 2 weeks. Well, the last 3 weeks, because the first that third week prior, it was the attitude, and the last 2 weeks the looks were like, eh.
That's what
So
I'm
like,
saying. I feel like
yeah,
she's kind of she's slipping. So unless I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell at this point because
Anya,
we still have 8 girls, so
yeah.
we still have at least 4-5 weeks left. We've already done Snatch Game, which is one of the biggest
I think there's gonna be a double.
challenges.
I think there's gonna be a double elimination somewhere to get this down, because I think they have too many girls. Because remember, there were 2 weeks that there were saves.
Yeah.
So I think there's going to be a double elimination somewhere. It has to be. There'll be too many episodes.
So if they do a double elimination, I feel like it'll be Lana and Lydia because
Lana, definitely.
because neither one of them have a win,
No.
right? Neither one of them have a win at this point.
At
Everyone
least Lana's been
else,
safe these last couple weeks.
true.
But
And
she's just not
Lydia's been in the
strong.
bottom twice at this point,
Yeah.
I think.
They're
So
just not strong candidates.
yeah, no, they're not considering everyone else. Everyone else has a win.
Yeah.
Jules now has a win. Suzie has 2. Onya has 2. Ariete has 1. Sam has 2.
2.
And Lexi has 1. So they're falling behind. They're falling behind. So if Suzie goes home before either one of them, it'll be crazy.
I mean, look, when you shoot them to the top really early, the only place for you to go is down, unless you maintain that status quo. But she has not.
Yeah. And that's why I'm saying, sorry.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying, like, I'm curious to know what else is coming, because we've done 2 design challenges already.
Yeah.
We've done a Rusical already. We've done the Snatch Game already. Like, what else do we have? Like, Jesus.
Like Love Connection.
Like what? I don't know. So you know what? Maybe there will be a top 4. Maybe there will be a top 4.
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see, child.
Well, listen, thank you guys for joining us again for another episode. We had fun doing these. I really enjoy sitting down and going over the looks and talking about the episodes. So don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and then also hit the notification button so you can get notified every single time we drop a new video. So for me and MIA and
Mrs. A. Bracadabra.
Yes. We will see you guys next week. Have a good one, everybody. Until next week. Bye-bye.
Deuces!
Oh, I gotta stop it.